Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 63 of Direwolf20's Not Too Complicated series, where today I think my plan is to start, now that we've made ultimate ingots, and we've got quite a few of them, and they're not too bad to make, we should be cool to start making some of the more advanced endgamey stuff, right? So if we were to say ultimate ingots, they can make ultimate components, right? So we should probably teach how those happen. Do we already have those in here? Is this the ultimate component? No, that's a different ultimate component. I'm looking at you, items with the same names. Oh, it's ultimate component and the ultimate component. My mistake. My mistake. Whoops. Apparently. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna get that in there, and that's, you know, ready to go for when we want to do the creative mode stuff. In addition, I'd like to start amping up our production of EMC, which you might say to yourself, Dire, please. You have 1 quintillion, almost 2 quintillion EMC. Do you really need more? And the answer is yes, you always need more. Duh. What kind of question is that? So we currently have Mark 15 collectors. I wouldn't mind, you know, getting ramped up to the Mark 16 resources. So that would be this guy. We could probably get a few of them. And, you know, probably a handful of other things like this guy right here would be cool to have. Because you get a, you know, bonus of 20 trillion per second. So that's not bad. Really big numbers is fun. So that's what I'm working on right now. Final shard. If we take a look at our crafter, what we should see is this guy sitting there cooking up some dark steel. But this whole process over here has always been painfully slow. Like, always been painfully slow. And I would really appreciate speeding it up if I can. Hopefully not to the detriment of, you know, anything. So what I might do is look into making time, the Watch of Flowing Time in a legit way. Legit as in there's an actual recipe for it now. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So it's an ultimate recipe for green, right? So that shouldn't be too bad. Let's get ready to prep for this, okay? Because I want to have this ready to go. Now I know we're going to need a ton of gold blocks, which is going to require probably a healthy amount of crafting. Probably RF Tools crafters. So let's get, you know, a couple of machine frames here cooked up. And then, yeah, do whatever you need to do, Chief. That's fine by me. You make whatever you want to make. Just get to work. So project, yeah, or Watch of Flowing Time is going to need 5x blocks of gold, so super compressed, antimatter relays, and a few other things. So let's start with, you know, let's load up this guy. What did you just do? Did I get the wrong recipes? What in the what? What in the what just happened here? Oh wait, did this guy have the more? One of these guys had more. Am I crazy, or did that just switch to far less recipes? That probably shouldn't have happened. What happened there? So that's super weird. So what we lost was the Infinity Catalyst and the 2 Mark III collectors. That's what disappeared from here. Well, that's interesting. No, not the Infinity Catalyst, the Singularity, the big one, this guy, the Ultimate Singularity. Weird, right? Why did that happen? I'm trying to figure out why that happened. Something must have happened with the values on those. But then also the Mark IIIs. Luckily, I was recording, so I went back and looked at the video, and I'm like, all right, what recipes are on this thing? And that worked out pretty well. So you save, you save. And that should get us back to the way we were. Yeah, because it was that. Yeah, weird that that happened, for sure. But then now we want to add, yeah, cool. Not this guy. Not that dude. What were, yeah, Watch of Flowing Time. That's right. Sorry, it completely threw me off that that happened, because that's never happened before. I always hit load in there just to make sure that, you know, the recipes in the thing match the recipes, the pattern, but that was just weird. All right, so if I would like a Watch of Flowing Time, then we're going to need a few things, right? What we're missing are some Eternal Crystals. We are missing a lot of Eternal Crystals for our runner. And then we're also missing some Iron, apparently. And some Universal Mass. Which, remember, I said I might have to cheat this in because there's currently a bug in the pack that prevents you from being able to make that. So we should probably get the Infinite Fuel, the Time in a Bottle Singularity, the Compressed Blocks of Gold. And those would be things to learn how to make, right? So the Time in a Bottle Singularity, the Infinite Fuel, and the Compressed Blocks of Gold. So let's start with some crafters, right? I'm gonna suggest that we make 3-ish of these. Maybe 2. Let's start with 2 Mark 3s. Sound like a plan? And what I'm going to do is effectively... I'm going to make this the same way that this is a compressed block of quartz maker. And this guy's just sitting here making all the quartz in the world for compressed blocks of quartz. And I might need to amp this up because I forget what you're used for. What are you used for again? You are used to make Mark 1 relays, right? Well, it's 3 per, and we've got a pretty healthy amount of them. So we should be able to make several thousand Mark 1. So I think we're good. Yeah, I don't think we need to ramp that up too much. But compressed blocks of gold, I think we will need to ramp up. So here's how I'm going to do it. You ready? Let's do it with something like this. I'm going to do you and you. And we'll probably want to Mark 2 energy condenser, targeting gold. Now, absolutely we could export bus this, but I think this would technically be faster. And then I want some pipes. Cool. And then some pipes. You're going to extract there. Some pipes, you're going to extract there. How did you get so much nether quartz? Oh, you got it from that. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, sweet. All right, so that's how we're going to play this. Now, what I'm thinking is we have one dedicated to just making blocks of gold because blocks of gold don't have EMC, so this won't be easy to do. Yeah, that's probably the right way to go about it. Or what we could do is we could get blocks of gold. You know what we could do? What if we did blocks of gold with... What if we did this with, instead of crafters... What if we instead used compression drawers? Or compacting drawers, right? And what if we instead... And I'm going to lock these guys real quick. Because this might be a little bit more easy and a little bit more efficient at the same time, which would be cool. So with these locked, you shouldn't be doing nothing. Now what we're going to want is we're going to want to filter this to only extract compressed blocks of gold. So if I put that in here, add this. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yes, that's what I wanted. So compressed blocks of gold is the only thing that you can extract. So if I did that, and then we said compressed blocks of gold can go into here, then you're going to wind up with 3x. And then one more. And then you're going to be the 3x gold is what's going to be whitelisted here. If we had 3x gold, which we don't yet, but let's get that going. Cool. So you're going to target gold ingots, you're going to get something with a lot of EMC. So that's 261 billion EMC. Seems like a good number, right? You're going to get this guy, so you should be filling up with blocks of gold pretty quickly. Now here's a follow-up to that. You're now getting it even quicker, right? Shouldn't that be faster now? And here's a follow-up to that. You should now be even faster. Now we're cooking. Eh? I like that. Cool. Why do you have 4 blocks of compressed gold in here, though? That's what's confusing to me. Like, shouldn't you have no problem extracting that? Isn't that what you're supposed to be extracting? Didn't I add... submit? Is it just happening too fast? Maybe he can't extract fast enough? That could actually be the case. Yeah, I think we were making compressed gold too fast for this guy to keep up. That's awesome, actually. And then you take your 3x gold. You're going to add the whitelist for that. And then you'll get 4 and 5x gold. Cool. How good is that, right? And then we've got 5x gold, which we can stick in here and do that with. Right? And what he should do, he should automatically filter it because there's a whitelist, but like let's just do this, this, and submit. So if we test that, we can put this in here, and then he should wind up right in there. Cool? I think that works. That should be a pretty good way to get, you know, compressed gold. We've already got one. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Right? So you're extracting fast, fast, fast. I could probably do one more. And this will basically do 6 stacks a tick. Right? So this is extracting 6 stacks per tick from this bad boy. And if we need to ramp this dude up, we could probably like put something like here and here. Like we could add more chests and more sidedness and all that stuff. And it would all work out. But I don't think we need to do that, right? Yeah, no, this seems pretty good to me. And look, like it's keeping up. You can tell it's keeping up because it's flickering between 0 and 1. So the fact that we even see a 1 in there means we're probably close to breaking even on this. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And we've already got our second block. Sweet. All right, so that'll just sitting there do a good job, right? Like it'll just, like all of our auto automations, it'll take a little bit to get filled up, but by the time we need it, hopefully we're ready. So that's this piece taken care of. Nice and easy. You, infinite fuel, are actually a pretty easy looking recipe. But you are going to need... It knows how to make this, 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 and this, right? But it needs to learn how to make one of these, which means it needs to learn how to make one of these, which probably means... Are you doing like silly things with flavolite? I don't want flavolite in any recipes. I think that's just stone or andesite or whatever. Right? And then you need, first off, to know how to make this. Cool. And then I need you to know how to make one of these. Again, using stone, not flavolite. Cool. So now, that all looks very cheap and easy to make, to be honest with you. So if I wanted infinite fuel, That seems 100% doable. Though why do you need to craft fuel? What's going on with the fuel crafts right here? They have EMC now, so that's nice. Why do you need to craft fuel? You shouldn't need to craft fuel. What are you crafting fuel for? Is it because it needs... Oh, it needs the white fuel. Oh, okay. Hold on. What I should do... Is this system still set up over here? It kind of is. Oh, good. Look at you. All right, let's stop you for a sec. Because in theory, most of what I'm going to need can now go into the tablet, right? So let's get you guys out. Learned. Beautiful. Okay. And then... Oh, that's why. I'm like, how are you still running? How is this still functioning? Explain what's happening here. And I believe we just take some orange fuel. Now, do we know all the fuels at this point? That's a good question. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, yeah, because Mobius and Aeternalis, right? So we're good on that front. So I will take that as a win. Now that fuel has, you know, an EMC value, which is very nice. Thank you, by the way, Pack Author, for making that change. So far easier now. No more crafting of fuels. We just hit start, and we have to craft the energy condensers, but that's not a big deal. If you want, you can craft the white fuel, but you should have white fuel. Yeah, you've got 53 million white fuel. Okay, cool. So energy condensers are coming along. See, this thing is still working on its stellar alloys. Like, I think it's still working. We're going to have to go check to make sure it didn't get gummed up. But it takes a while to make all those resources, trust me. Cool. All right, yeah, let's go check in on that thing. It's just a little slow, and that's why I want to tick accelerate it. So yeah, it's working. My changes, I think, have really stabilized this. It's just that it's slow, and time in a bottle is fun, and Watch of Flowing Time is even more fun. Speaking of time in a bottle, it's time to quantum compress some of those. So quantum compressor times 1, please. Oh, you know what else we're going to need is an ultimate catalyst for this, which is going to be annoying. Because it's going to need that doohickey over there. But I would like you to know how to make a time in a bottle, because you're going to need to know how to make that. So you have all these resources. You probably don't know how to make clocks, but now you do. So if I wanted time in a bottle times 1,000, not a problem. Cool? All right. Why don't you give me 1 time in a bottle? And, I mean, you can have 2 of these in your inventory. That's neat. Oh, look, 1 keeps resetting because the other one exists. That's fun. Okay. I was wondering, like, there's got to be something. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, see, it reset after a while. So I think what it's doing is it's, like, checking to see if you have more than 1 time in a bottle, and it won't let you accumulate time on 2 bottles at once, which is a pretty, you know, fair way to handle that. So then we're going to get our quantum compressor. And remember, we're going to need the pipes doohickey, this guy. Okay. So quantum compressor, you're coming over here. You should have a pipes extracting. Cool. Empty and empty. Nice. He's got energy. Did we get our ultimate catalyst by chance? I assume not. That might take a good minute or 2. So you should get nothing. You are going to need a crafter card. You get the time in a bottle. That one might be trickier than you think. Okay, no, it's behaving. Sweet. And is it crafting now? No, it's not crafting because it's putting time into bottles that are 0. Or not 0, but you know what I mean. Ugh. That's going to be a challenge, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because they have NBT on them. All right, let me try this. You ready? What if we did this? Aha! And now it crafted it. Aha! Now it's crafting it. There's your solution. There's your solution. All right, so then you, here, destination set on the bottom. And then you, we will add time in a bottle with the destination. Match only provided tags, match exact NBT data. How about I don't want to match anything? That. And we invert it, and we hit submit. And maybe. NBT 1 tag. I said no tags. NBT 1 tag. All right, what if we changed you to 0? Okay, I don't want you to have a tag, though. I want you to no tags. That works. That works. That works. Okay, cool. Then we just need our ultimate catalyst, which we're really just kind of waiting on this guy for. So should we experiment? Yeah, we're gonna experiment. I don't need my time or my watch of floating time over here right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna experiment to see how much of a problem this is. Whenever you mess with a watch of flowing time or something like that, that you know is gonna have potential bad side effects, back up your world. Trust the dyer on this. Trust the dyer on this. So I want this to be relatively... What if I put him up here? No, let me put him down here. This seems like a good spot. Definitely faster. Now we just see if it gets gummed up, right? And what I'm gonna do... Radius 7. Better? Definitely better. Literally the best sound muffler mod ever. It's the best. Sorry, other sound muffler mods. This one takes the cake. It just does such a good job. It just does such a good job. And are you still cooking? You're still cooking. I love it. I love it. This will make... This processor has always been like a bottleneck for me, so throwing the watch here is definitely going to be huge. And now that we've like perfected this environment so that it doesn't gum up, it's even better. Because in the past, I think if you tick accelerated, it had a higher chance of getting stuck. Now that I've changed the format and how this thing works, I think we're in a better place. So as soon as I get my ultimate component, which we're waiting on all this crafting to happen, right? Then we will be in good shape, I think. Sweet. Come on, ultimate component, let's go. See how much, even with tick acceleration, this is, I mean, it's not slow. It's definitely way better than it was, but this is how much we need tick acceleration on this block. It is just a slow block. All right, let's come back in a sec when it's done crafting. All right, ultimate catalyst crafting complete, which means we can start getting our time in a bottle. Singularity. Hooray! Nice. All right. Now the downside is that because time in a bottle doesn't stack, we only get one at a time. But if you want to speed this up, in theory, you should be able to do something like this. And then what should happen is it should run a little bit faster. Yeah. So if you decided, hey, you know what would be great? I want like 6 ME interfaces here auto-crafting this. And there's obviously other ways to handle this, right? Like you could 100%, you know, RF tools crafter this. What you could do is just keep all the components in stock in the RF tools crafter. So you could just be like, hey, keep, you know, 3 stacks of gold, a stack of clocks, 2 stacks of diamonds, 2 stacks of lacquers, a stack of glass bottles. Just, you know, constantly export busing those into the crafter. And then it would probably be that much faster even still. Because this is like crafting one at a time, right? So it's like craft one, get pulled out, start crafting another. That's why it's a little bit slow. So this, you know, we're already at 1,000. Well, we're already at 500. So, you know, how long have I been talking? 10 seconds now? Maybe 20? So it's not going to be particularly fast, but we only need 1 per craft here. So I feel like not bad. Not bad. You know, like I said, we could just get a Mark III crafter, which actually I have in my inventory, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, we do, don't we? How's channels over here now that I cleaned up some channels? Oh, look at all the channels we got. 4 of them. 4 channels. More than I'll ever need. So if I got gold, let's just demonstrate this. Also because I want to just try it and see how much faster it is. Diamonds. Lapis. Bottle. Right? Gold, diamonds, lapis, bottle. Clock. Clock might be the challenge. Like, at least they stack, so that's kind of nice, right? So if I put this in here with a remembrance, right? And then if I put this recipe as the Watch of Flowing Time and hit apply, fast mode, ignore redstone, let's get you a little bit of power. I could probably just stick one of these underneath. Or on the side, or on the top probably, that's probably going to be the best. I think underneath is where I'm going to put the other bit, right? So now you're making Watches of Flowing Time pretty quickly, right? So what if we put an interface here? With this dude. Okay. And now we're going to want... Give me another stack of each of those. I probably should have programmed the interface before I did this, but whatever. Not a big deal. Give me a stack. And then clocks. I wanted a stack of you. Cool. And that's what you're going to be programmed with. Okay. And then we just run cables. Do we have a convenient cable dude that we can run? You know what I can do? I can tap into this. Cool. And then he comes online. He stocks all his items. In theory, at some point, you do have the channels for that, right? Yep, you're cool. Oh, and you need the crafting card. And now he'll make the 64 clocks that he needs to make. In theory. At some point. Let's go. Dude, let's go. Why aren't you crafting the clocks you need to craft? Is there like more than one clock craft or something in there? Maybe I didn't need to set that. That can sometimes gum that up. Nope, just one. All right, let's do this. You ready? If I put another clock dude down here, does that make it so I can craft 2 at a time? Gonna find out. Looking a little better. Still missing 4 though. Just saying. Oh my, look at that. Sweet. All right. So yeah, and then you, because remember we locked in with the remembrance, you know, that there's so many. So you ultimate, and that's probably helping. It's definitely a little bit faster. The problem is going to be clock crafting though. Why are clocks so slow? Why are you so slow, clocks? All right, better solution. You ready? Internal. Eh? That should work in theory. Oh, there we go. Yep, now you're cool. How's that work? I think that works, right? And all the other extra junk that landed in there is not a problem. It doesn't hurt that it's there. It's a little sloppy looking, but really as long as these guys stay in, which they should because of the remember current item setting, then we should be cool. Right? How cool is that? I like that. I like that. Are you having trouble keeping up with glass? A little bit. Look at that go, huh? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Not too bad. Do I need this or no? I can't really tell. I can't tell, and the reason I can't tell is because these things are sitting here still. You know what it is? It's probably that they don't stack. So this thing probably only eats a time in a bottle once every tick. So even though this is crafting fast enough, he can't accept an item faster than once per tick because the time in the bottles don't stack. So basically 10,000 ticks per singularity. That's not bad. That's not bad. Frankly, I don't even need you no mores. Right? We'll just let this do all the crafting. And that's just a little bit better. I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. Yeah, you should be fine. Alright, so let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. Do I have what I need to make the Watch of Flowing Time yet? If I hit next on you, what are you missing? You're missing the Eternal Crystals. We have to figure out where we're missing Eternal Crystals. We're also low on iron and Universal Mass and need some more compressed blocks of gold. But they'll be ready soon, right? The Universal Mass we're going to have to figure out because that is definitely not craftable right now, if I'm not mistaken. Because there's no recipe for the Mass Fabricator for custom machinery. So I believe this is not craftable. And the Antimatter Synthesizer also has no recipe. So because neither of these items have a recipe, there's no good way to get Universal Mass. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. What can I say? But what I'm going to do is get a bunch of iron into here so that you're ready to stock it up. That's probably enough. Cool. We'll probably have to cheat in some Universal Mass, so I'm going to have to, like, allow cheats. There's no other way, guys. I have to. Either that or we, like, wait for the pack to update, which, you know, I hate that. I want this in advanced. Give mode should be inventory. Done, back, save, back. Much better. And to be fair, we had tons of universal mass before the pack updated. So I'm only, you know, giving myself back what I already had. Remember how cheap and easy universal was to make? Like, it's not that much of a cheat. It's not that much of a cheat, folks. We're going to need it. We're going to need it to progress through the series. All right, let me figure out. Between episodes, I'm going to spend a little time. We'll get compressed blocks of gold up to the point where we can make this watch. Then I want to get my my watch replaced over at that location where it was before. And then we're just going to have to figure out what's up with eternal crystals. So for now, Devil20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time. For now, and this might be a result of, yeah, because you're using channels. Maybe I do need these cables here. Is that the problem? Do you know how to make eternal crystals now? I might need to give you a second to connect. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do. Let's anchor you. Yeah. And then let's wrench you and memory card you. That seems like a plan. So copy this. I'm thinking that this is not working as well as I would have hoped it would have. Let's disconnect you. Now, is there an easy way to anchor this without breaking this block? I don't think so. So let's anchor you. Let's replace you. Let's get this guy with this. Let's get this removed. This guy here. P to P here. Load up the network here. And then now we can make eternal crystals in theory? In theory? Once these channels come online? Now we're missing steel. Okay. Now we're in a better place. Yeah, so I think eternal crystal crafting can happen now. All right. Devil20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time to handle more of this. Why are we missing steel? There's no way we're missing steel. I'm going to have to investigate that. For now, take it easy.